Good morning, everybody. It is July 20th, Thursday, and I woke up early in the morning at 6 o'clock because it's much nicer temperature-wise. 6 o'clock in the morning, it's only like 70 degrees. And I have an appointment with the Vatican Museum, 8 o'clock. It's hard to get one of those. I had to reserve it like 2-3 months in advance. You got to get it the day the reservations are available. And on the way to the Vatican Museum, I'm going to check out the sights of Rome when there's less people. And here is our first monument. This is a church behind the Spanish Steps. And the Spanish Steps are right here. It's called the Spanish Steps because there's a Spanish embassy nearby. I don't know where, but somewhere around here. Look at this view in the morning. Gorgeous. And not many tourists around. If I came here like 10 or 11, these steps would be all filled with people. Would be all crowded over there. That person just proposed to that woman and she accepted. I didn't get it on camera, but it was nice to see it. I believe these fountains were made by Bernini. It's some kind of a boat. And if I'm wrong, my future self will correct me. Yeah, in the afternoon, these steps will be all filled with people. It'll be nice to see it like that, but it'll be really hot today. All right, here's another monument. I don't know what this one's called, but I think that one is Moses. I've always wondered why Moses has like horns coming out. Maybe I'll look it up and write it in the description below. But why does Moses have horns coming out? Here's the Trevi Fountain. Look at all these people already. I thought I would get this almost to myself. Look at this. It's 6:45. Much later, it's gonna get way too crowded. So the main figure is Poseidon, and then there's Triton, I believe, his son, and I'll put other significance about this fountain in the description. Look at this. Okay, you're supposed to throw a coin off your left shoulder here, and then you're gonna return to Rome. I'm not gonna do that because I have no time, and I have not thrown before over my left shoulder, and I have returned. And I think if you throw it on your right shoulder, you're not gonna return. Each of these monuments are only like 8 minutes away from each other. So Rome is a really walkable city. And I'm hitting all the monuments on the way to the Vatican. Look at this beautiful street. Almost every street is picturesque. Look at this. And then we have this Roman temple that's been, I believe, converted to a theater maybe. Look at this. I'll put the name of this monument on the screen. But we just came down that street and here it is. This temple wasn't even on my list. I was heading towards something else up here, and it's just on the way. Another beautiful alley. Somebody dropped her rose. Maybe she didn't like the guy. And we're seeing our next monument, my favorite. One of the reasons why I returned to Rome. Wow, it looks magnificent every time I look at it. The Pantheon. Look at this. I'll put it on the screen when it was built, like 150 AD or something. Inside is just magnificent. We can't go inside right now, it's not open. We'll come back another day, but the dome is a marvel of engineering. It was the largest dome, I believe, until St. Peter's was built. And you got to go inside to look at the dome. They have an oculus at the top where it allows sunlight in. Rain goes through, and there's a drain at the bottom. And the way they built the dome is just incredible. Also, this was, I believe, continuously used since ancient time. That's why it's in such a good condition, because it was converted to a church after first being a temple to all the gods. And here's the square that we're in. And here is our next important monument. Piazza Navona. This used to be like a arena, or like a track for the athletes or the chariots. That's why it's a huge oval. And then they converted it into a piazza. And there's like 3 fountains. I believe they're made by Bernini. Correct me if I'm wrong. And such a beautiful piazza. Probably my favorite piazza. Really lively when there's a lot of people. We got to get going because the Vatican is 30 minutes walking distance. I only got 45 minutes to get there. So here's a quick look at Piazza Navona. Okay, we gotta go this way for our final stop before getting to the Vatican. 8 minutes away. All these sites are like 8 minutes or less from each other. All right, here's our last stop, 2 monuments in one. Ponte, St. Angelo, and I believe this one has 2 names. That's the Mausoleum of Augustus, and I think it's also called St. Angelo. I believe this is the Tiber River, and that is the dome of the St. Peter in the Vatican City. This has to be my second favorite bridge. My favorite bridge is in Prague, the Charles Bridge, but this would be a close second. Look at all these beautiful statues. I believe the Pope used this as a escape route. There's a hidden tunnel from St. Peter's all the way here, and if someone were to invade St. Peter's or Vatican City, the Pope could escape through a tunnel all the way here. And it turned into a castle in the medieval times, but I believe originally this was the mausoleum for Emperor Augustus. Okay, we made it to all the stops. Now we gotta head towards Vatican City, the Vatican Museum. 17 minutes away. I got about 23 minutes. So I made it just in time. I had to rush through some of these sites because I thought I would have plenty of time, but I should have left earlier, especially since a lot of these sites was already swarming with tourists. I left around 6. I think I should have left around 5, maybe earlier. I might do that later. I'm staying 3 more nights.